Hey guys, welcome. So, today I'm going to talk about a very troubling story. It involves a 23-year-old black woman who was found unresponsive after meeting a white guy on Bumble. But the catch is, the police did not investigate him thoroughly. In fact, they let him go because they thought he was a nice guy. It's crazy, isn't it? But this is essentially where it has been left off. Now, let me say this. This channel is about relationships from the perspective of a man, okay? And as such, I will enlighten men to female nature, highlighting the good and bad traits of just the gender and how to deal with it, okay? As I have learned myself. But in the same token, I strongly believe in protecting women, specifically black women, because I am black, because our dark pigmentation carries a certain level of discrimination and stereotype. You see, the catch is this: as a black person, irrespective of whether you're in the West, Africa, the Oceania of Australia, it doesn't matter, Europe, we are seen as lesser in society, as if our life doesn't matter. This is a pure fact. And in this case, you see a case where it is demonstrated here. The article says this: a Bridgeport, Connecticut family has been left devastated and in desperate need of answers after their 23-year-old relative was found dead inside her apartment. Lauren Smith Fields was found unresponsive in her Bridgeport apartment on December 12th after she met an older white man on the dating app Bumble. The man, who was not being named, reportedly contacted police about Smithfield's death, and he was not detained for questioning. Okay, let's stop for a minute. Sure, I don't care, folks. Whether you're black, white, whoever, date outside the race, it doesn't matter. Love is love. It has no boundaries. Okay? So this is suspicious. I have watched many crime documentaries, TV shows, and typically the suspect or suspects who had the last communication or contact with the deceased usually are prime suspects, but apparently this guy must have some strings to pull that his name is not in the news, he's not being identified, or even a suspect. The article says Lakeem Jeter, the brother of the victim, told the outlet that an arrest wasn't made because officers said the man was nice and didn't need to be investigated. So I hope individuals can be objective, especially if you're not of the black descent. Typically, here in the West, if you are suspected of a murder as a black male, okay, make no mistake, you are a suspect for a while until they can fully rule you out. But this white guy got away, is let off the hook, free to go, for now at least, because he's labeled a nice guy and no further investigation is needed. This is absolutely absurd and ridiculous. As a minority, I can see the justice that I will get for the least slightest misdemeanor, stealing a pack of cigarettes. It's going on your record. You see, as a black person in the US specifically, I can tell you we have a higher incarceration rate than any other race, at least around 32 to 34%. It's ridiculous. Here's some facts. Black Americans are incarcerated in state prisons at nearly 5 times the rate of white Americans. Nationally, 1 in 81 black adults in the US is serving time in state prison. Wisconsin leads the nation in black in prison rates. 1 of every 36 black Wisconsinites is in prison. In 12 states, more than half the prison population is black. Alabama, Delaware, Georgia, Illinois, Louisiana, Maryland, Michigan, and so on and so on. Latinx individuals are incarcerated in state prison at the rate that is 1.3 times the incarceration rate of whites. Ethnic disparities are highest in Massachusetts, which reports an ethnic differential of 4-to-1-1, a ratio of 4-1-1. It's ridiculous, guys. But this is it. Yet still, this guy can just walk away. So, L0St Smith feels this story isn't going to be the first nor the last. There will be many stories to come of women meeting guys off apps, of web pages like OnlyFans, whatever, and there's some suspicious death, some murder happening. Okay, the thing is, typically, how it's handled, it shows you, the justice system, how fair it is. In this case, it doesn't add up to be fair. And to show you the difference, you guys remember the case of Gabrielle Petito, the 22-year-old woman that went missing this year. So apparently she was engaged to her boyfriend at the time, Brian Laundrie, and they decided to have a cross-country trip, from I believe Florida to like Wyoming, and they had some altercation in Utah, after traveling so many states, and apparently she went missing. Guess what? What happened? It exploded into this nationwide manhunt looking for Brian Laundrie. Eventually, they found out he was a culprit, never stopped, but he eventually committed what? Suicide. But look at the night and day difference between Gabrielle Petito and L0St Smith Fields. You see the difference, guys? Totally different. That guy wasn't getting off the hook. Oh, I'm sure Brian was a nice guy, but did the authorities just say, oh, he's nice, let's let it go? Nah. It's serious. They went after him. I mean, and you even have the outrage from Instagram. He says that one says, the white old man does not want his family to know he was doing whatever with a young black woman. He called somebody he knew on the force and they are covering up. And I think this is a high probability. This is just, it seemed a conspiracy, but really and truly, why can't we know his name? It must be true. There is plausible, it's valid argument here. You have another comment that says Ted Bundy got away with his crimes for so long because he was charming and the YT privilege. True. A third note says, we watched the world search for that white girl and her killer, but yet nothing for this young lady. Again, to my point, nothing. So how are you saying it's fair? Thing is this, guys, listen, women need to be protected, but I say specifically black women. Yes, we have our differences, I'll call them out, but at the same time they need to be protected where it's needed, who needs it to, you know what I'm saying? But in the case, guys, let's do better. I hope this story pans out to a much more better note where the grieving family can have a sense of, okay, justice is served, and it's not just another black statistic of, oh, well, someone died. Okay? Let's be fair. Okay? But in the case, guys, that was my 2 cents. I hope you guys learned something. Please comment, share, give your opinions. What do you think? Subscribe. All right? Until then.